Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? And it's Thursday, but it's not just any old Thursday, it's DLC Thursday, it's Park Life Thursday, and I wonder if your game is running. I wonder if my game will be running. I'm recording 24 hours in advance, so I don't know yet, but I'll soon find out. I'll be with you soon enough, guys. It's also Throwback Thursday, the day when we get back in time, and today we are going back to April 2016 to see one of the maps that was around then. Took me a couple of pages to find this one, and the thumbnail sold it to me. Look at that. It's Wildest, Alaska by Obi-Wan Kenobi. I wonder if he means old Ben. Anyway, there are no giant cranes on this map, which I will tell you again in a minute because I forget that I've already told you. There doesn't appear to be any connections in the start square, but there are. Don't think there aren't, there probably should are. And the resources are fine, to be honest with you. Just about fine. Right, let's go to the workshop. And the workshop, we need the Alaska final theme. There is a link to those giant cranes if you particularly want them, or the excavators, I guess. And a little bit of background, including saying how much effort has been put into the stunning vistas, which at the time I would probably agree, but we are looking a little bit dated now on this particular map, if I'm honest with you. Plus the fact that it's pretty much vanilla makes it even more difficult. Right, let's have a look for these highway connections. Right, this is a highway ramp. Now in 2016, if we wanted to put in a small road, we had to put in the highway map. Highway ramp. There was no other way of doing it, and then you'd upgrade it once you got into the game. So there you go. That's your highway. No, it can't be the highway connection. That's not a connection. It's dead end at both ends. Oh look, we've got tunnels. Now these are highways, and they're emerging out of. I wonder where they go. I wonder where. Let's follow it the other side and see if we can find them emerging. There they are. Oh, it's a dead end. So this isn't a highway connection. No, I promised you that there was a highway connection in the start square, and let's examine this in more detail. Because, yes, if you go underground, we've got tunnels. And, okay, not realistic. I'm not trying to sell this map up, okay? I'm just telling you as it is. It's not realistic, but it makes it playable. By bringing traffic into the start square location, depending on how you want to play this game, this will make it a playable game, or it might leave you scratching your head wondering why the hell they did it and why couldn't they have made it more realistic. But the fact is, we have underground tunnels. Like, look how close they come to that. Ooh, look at that. Anyway, underground is where we're going. We'll follow it along and bear around that way. And then we hit another intersection there, underground intersection, with two arms. And if we go out this way, we've got a little start location over there, and a little start location over this side as well. And this goes off to the fog down a mountain ridge, down the middle of a mountain ridge. We've got one rail connection that comes in from the edge and follows pretty much the highway all the way along until we get to these tourist horns. One goes off to the left and comes out about there. Right, let me, oh, come on. Hotkey, sort it out, BonBon. Hotkey. Flipping out. Hang on a second. Plug my keyboard in, that would help, wouldn't it? Right, I'm back with you. Don't worry about me, I know what I'm doing. Anyway, that rail connection comes out and just stops right there. Not sure what you're going to do with it right there, but it is there. And then the other connection comes out. Let's cheat again. Cheat, follow it down, off to the left, comes out right here and there, and go down to street level. That's better. It's a little bit steep coming out. And then down the slope, little bit slopey, I'm afraid, for that as well. A little bit of tree glitching you'll see as well as we pull out. Can't do much about that, I'm afraid. We'll talk about that in a minute, straight after the asset review, which is about now. Right, now, today we are going down to street level. These are pretty damned nice, if I'm honest with you. They are both technically BT telephone boxes. This is what is called the BT telephone box. BT is a company, British Telecom in the United Kingdom, that supplies telecommunications, including these sort of like pay boxes that you'll find in the street. Like I say, we're about to look at an old-fashioned one in a second, very traditional. Now these I grew up with, and I guarantee you, if you went in one, it smelt like a tramp had used it as a urinal every single time. And no, it wasn't me. They made out of cast iron, these ones, and they were plinking heavy, the doors. Sometimes you couldn't open the door if you were under the age of about 14, because you just didn't have the arm power to be able to leave the door open. But they're great. UK Props, BT and Red telephone boxes by Mac Welshman. Today's assets of the day, and I really miss those red telephone boxes. I miss telephone boxes full stop. But of course we all have a telephone box in our pocket now. Anyway, look at that sunset. Ooh. Today's theme LUT is the same as it's been all week. The Woodland 4K by Densient with the Wild Wilderness LUT by Scotland Tom. And it's factoid time. Medieval man was very fond of an operation called trepanning, or trepanning, which involved drilling a hole into the top of the head. I'm not quite sure what they were hoping to achieve, but I imagine little Chianti wouldn't go amiss with that operation. And we'll finish with doctors have begun to diagnose new conditions such as jogger's nipple, acrobat's ankle. I was right first time. And cyclist's genitalia. And I've got to buy some reading glasses. Can't read these days. Shipping routes. Yes, we have shipping routes. One that goes along the bottom there and goes off to the edge of the fog there. And if we go back, we'll see where this one leads. We get this one coming in here, and it does remind me of a mug rack. This. We've got that one there, and that one there, and that one there, and one at the top. And yes, hang your mugs on that little stand. Water flow. Now, out at sea, there's not much. There is a little bit going on, but there is not much. And this lake over here, not much going on here either. Then, if we come around here, there's not much over here, but you probably are a little bit here, pushing inwards, and then you'll see it all starting to flood in this way. There's a lot of water flow, but going inland. Going in towards your start square, and then you've got a drain there, so that's going to solve any playability issues. Not particularly realistic. And we've got another drain over here, but a water source over this side. So yes, there's another water source. Hang on a second, what am I looking at here? Oh yes, the tunnels. I was trying to work out where we were in relation to the start square. So there you go, that's where your start square is. It's not too bad. Another water source over here as well, so nothing's going to clog up in the little dead ends, which is very nice to see. Right, let's have a look at the start square. It's not entirely flat. This is not a flat map. It's a challenging map that's been made a little bit easier to play by the proviso of the providing of the highway connections. Now these jetties are a little bit high. You're going to need a ladder to climb up into those, which I would say is a good safety feature, because clearly they're not safe. They've had better days. Anyway, there's one there, and then there's one round here as well. Right there. And then there's another one around here as well. And there it is. So yeah, got three little jetties. And see the trees are clipping in and out. Haven't seen this for a while. It does seem to be on certain older maps that we're finding this. The castle. Not the most realistic of castles, but you can get in and out of it, I guess. So that's a nice thing. But yes, I don't mind the curved walls on castles, but this one doesn't really tell me that it's a real castle. Its location is okay though, so we'll let that go. But yes, they're clipping in and out of the trees in little blocks. Don't know what causes it, but it's definitely an older map thing. And yeah, as we come in, it all pops back in. Still, there we are. Another jetty and a burnt out wreck. And now we're on to the Essential Lighthouse. Ooh, the Essential Lighthouse. Nothing particularly wrong with that one. Location's alright. I'm not sold on the rocks on this particular little island. Looks a bit odd, if I'm honest with you. And then let's follow up to the next. Oh, hello, we've got another jetty and a wrecked ship. Actually, quite sold on that little wrecked ship there. And then we'll come up here. We've got another Essential Lighthouse location. Doesn't look too bad. I'd argue it would be a little bit around the corner here. Maybe on that island there. Yes, that'd be my only. I thought, oh look, we've got another jetty and another wrecked ship. Lots of felled trees as well. Nice detailing in the felled trees. Looks like they're just breaking into Alaskan territory here. This area up here looks really quite marshy. I just switched the fog off so that you can see it. We've got another wrecked ship here. This is like a very marshy, boggy type area, and to be honest with you, makes a lot of sense. And see the way that the water's forcing its way through here. This would be a major shipping hazard, this area here. And considering where we are in the world, that makes, once again, a lot of sense to me. Now we're heading up into the hills, and yeah, tree placement isn't too bad. We've got nothing particularly hanging onto the side of a sheer cliff, so that's a lot of thought and time has been spent making sure about that. I mean, just the odd one, but there would be the odd one. Then we'll head up here into the mountain tops, and a little bit of green coverage around the top areas. I wonder if this would look good with a snow theme. Maybe, actually, maybe. So yeah, if you can get up into the mountains, yes, there are things you can do. This is probably the highest point here. We're climbing up to the highest point in the map now. And this peak up here. Oh, look at that. What? Oh, yes. That's where the traffic's coming in, right the way down there. Well, that was by chance. Right underneath the tallest point in the entire map. It's not a bad vista from up here, to be fair. To be fair, it's not an ugly map. I mean, it doesn't really sell itself to me in terms of... it is quite vanilla and a little bit bland, but it's not the worst map. It's not gruesome, is it? Anyway, speaking of how attractive a map is, I think aesthetically, I want to give it a 3, but honestly, it just doesn't... I'm not buying it, and so it's just going to be 2 stars for aesthetics for me today. Detailing. A lot of credit for the tree placement, definitely for that. But the realism with the highway connections and of course the water flow is completely off the charts. I think I've got to give that 2 as well. Once again, I want to give it a 3rd star. Gameplay potential, here's where I will give it the 3rd star. Yes, it's not a realistic map, but it is playable. And it is going to be challenging, so I'm going to give it a 3rd star for gameplay. Wildest Alaska by Obi-Wan Kenobi. Very dated, but not half bad. Okay? I'm glad you can agree with me on that one, I hope. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for our BonBonB Buddies voted map. These guys on the screen that you see now have voted in us a map for tomorrow, and I don't even know if it's any good yet. I've not looked at it. Oh my goodness, I hope it's a good one. Anyway, join me tomorrow for that, and also for Friday Fever. Have a great day. I'll see you very, very soon.